Hi everyone, it's Leilani. Welcome back to my channel. So today, friends, I have a quick and easy process video for you here working on a double page spread in my Hobonichi. So this one's going to go by pretty fast, but whenever you have all your supplies ready to go and you haven't been in the craft room for a few days, it just, the inspiration came to me and I went with it. So of course, first things first, I'm adding on my washi tape to add a little bit of color and pattern and things to my spread. And then I have a few photos that I have already pre-printed and pre-cut out. So I did choose this selfie of me and my friend Casey, who I saw during the week. Also, I have a picture of our drinks whenever we went to a coffee shop. Then I decided these two pictures, I took the background out, as y'all have seen many times throughout my Hobonichi spreads. But then for these other two pictures of me and my mom with the tulips from the other day, I decided to just print those off at a 1.5 by 2 inch rectangle kind of size. And I decided that I would do a little border around them. So that was something else that I used to always do in past Hobonichis that I've had. And I think that that's a fun way to keep the picture whole. If I don't want to take the background out, then I'll just print it off a little bit smaller, but make like almost a little frame for it. So I'm going to do that here for both of these. You'll see that I put one in the top left and one in the bottom right corner here. I'm using one of my light purple mild liners. I went with purple since I was wearing a purple shirt in that selfie. I thought it all kind of came together there. Had to add the pretty pictures of the tulips because this spread is ultimately about not summer. We're not there yet. Whoa. Fast forward. Let's bring it on back. It's about spring being here. And, I would say that I really enjoy whenever spring comes around. I'm always excited about that after, the cold, harsh winter. I love to see the sun come out more. I love to see the flowers start to bloom. And I love to do spring cleaning around the house. It always makes me excited to start to fix the porch up and get the bird seeds and the bird feeders going and, get hanging plants and all that kind of stuff. But there is a dark side to spring, and we definitely have been experiencing that this week. So this spread it has a lot of positive, joyful photos, but in my journaling, I do talk a little bit about the part of spring that I absolutely despise, and that is the bad weather and the storms. So especially where I live in like North Mississippi, we have a lot of storms and tornado activity that happens in this time of the year. And so it's always pretty scary and it's very intense. And this week, especially, we've had a lot of rain, a lot of storms, and last night was no joke. So it was a whole big ordeal that I will probably talk about a little bit more in my project life, perhaps. But luckily, so luckily, gratefully, we were fine and everything was okay here. But it was a little scary for a while, and so I did want to definitely touch on that in my journaling and just talk about that part of spring that I never like. So you can see that at this point on my spread, I've added all my bigger things. I've got all my pictures there. I've gotten some of the washi stickers that I like to add on, the washi tape, and then a few bigger stickers and things as well. Some of them came out of my Bando sticker books, and then I have those gold stars that I think I just grabbed those off of Amazon one time, but I will link a few of my favorite things below that I always link in all of my Hobonichi videos. The sticker paper that I use, the mild liner markers that I use, and some of the sticker books and things if you want to grab any of those for yourself or get any ideas or whatever. So for my title, I decided to just go with something really easy, and I went with Spring is Here. I pulled out a little bit of a darker purple mild liner, and I'm adding in, of course, a few hearts and a few extra doodles here and there. I underlined my title. I'm going to go back with just my regular pen, and this is just a standard pen. I don't even know what pen this is. So typically for my journaling in my project life, I always use a Pilot G2, and I like the, it's like the point, I think it's 0.38 maybe. I don't think it's just 38. I think there's a 0. But anyways, I could be wrong. It might be 0.30. It might be 0.38. Maybe it is. And the other one that I use is the 0.05, but that one's a little bit bigger. I like the 0.38. And so 0.038 would probably be like microscopic. I don't know. So anyway, I like that, but it is a gel pen. And in the Hobonichi, the paper, it can smear a little bit. So I tend to not use that pen in my Hobonichi. So I just use like just a standard regular pen that's not gel. So I also added on my date. I did a bad job of stamping it there, but you can still read it good enough. It says April 3rd, which is today's date, but I am talking about like a whole mess of days from a little bit last week on into like last night. So of course I have my color blobs there where I will add on my titles. This one's going to be Tulip Time, and I'm first starting out talking about the good parts of spring and the fact that me and my mom got to go to see this all these beautiful, beautiful tulips that were growing here locally at the Dixon Gallery and Gardens in Memphis, and it was so much fun. I will definitely probably document those photos all over the place. If you do follow along with my Project Life, you would have already seen them in last week's spreads, but of course I had to add a couple in here. But that was a really fun spring activity and something that I've always wanted to do, so I was really excited that me and my mom were able to do that this year. Then I also have a couple pictures, like I said, of me and Casey. So we were also able to get together just a couple of days ago, and it was like one of the only clear days this week. So Monday and Tuesday were looking good. So I was able to see Casey on Tuesday. And then the rest of this week that we're currently on is just like rainy and just really, really wet. Lots of floods, lots of like storms. Luckily today, I think we're going to get a little bit of a break, and it is raining currently, but I don't think that it's going to be too extreme out there. I'm really hoping not after last night. Like I just need a bit of a breather. So yeah, my thoughts are with all of the people that weren't so lucky and that had a lot of things happen around here with homes and all of the things. So it's tough sometimes whenever the seasons change. So I added some journaling over to the left side, but I am kind of leaving it there. I wasn't sure if I wanted to add more journaling or if I wanted to like add another little subtitle or maybe even add another full title, like a bigger title. I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I left that little space blank. Then on this right side, I ended up writing time to romanticize. So I was saying like spring is here, time to romanticize. And I wanted to write that on this one because me and Casey, that's something we always talk about, is romanticizing our season and like really trying to take in and enjoy all of the little parts of life. And she totally subscribes to that same thing that I love. So we talk about that a lot. So I thought that was the perfect thing to talk about on here. Speaking of romanticizing your season, I've probably already mentioned it. I can also link her below. I mean, she has like probably millions of followers, so you may already know who she is, but her YouTube name is Darling Desi, and she does incredible. They're like cinematic, incredible like romanticizing your season videos, and they are so fun to watch and are so like they just make you feel good, and her attention to detail is incredible. So I'll definitely link her below if you want like just feel good, happy seasonal content. She's the way to go. I love her videos. So I wrote that over there, time to romanticize, and now I'm going back over to the left side, and I just ended up filling it in with a little bit more journaling about Casey and us chatting a lot this week and how it's been nice keeping in touch with her and all that kind of stuff. I did go back into my sticker book just a little bit and added a few other random stickers here and there. And then on this side, I wanted to do a little bit more journaling. So up here at the top, I am going to talk about, the bad part about the season, and what I don't like is the funky weather. So here I'm going to add in my journaling, and then add one more color blob that I think is going to say like other random things. And so there I do like a little numbered list of a few different things that have also happened over the last few days. So I just add a simple list, and I talk about the movie. I think it was just called Holland, but it was about Holland, Michigan, and it was the new Nicole Kidman movie. It wasn't that great to me personally, but I watched that yesterday, and my parents were also watching it separately from me, but at the same time. So we did talk about it, which was the fun part. Also, I mentioned mine and Will's past weekend that I have not documented in Project Life yet, but I will in my next spread. So I just talked about how we were able to cook together and watch a movie, catch up on our shows, do all kinds of stuff like that. So I wanted to definitely mention that. And then I also talked about how I had a Zoom call with one of my older friends and how we got to catch up yesterday and just catching up with another friend and things like that. Just like little nice moments that have happened throughout this past week that I wanted to remember and I wanted to journal about. So I'm just going to add in my journaling there. I'm also going to pop just a little bit, like a sentence or two under time to romanticize there. And I'm just going to say that I'm hoping for better weather and more springtime adventures for the rest of the month, that sort of thing. And then we will wrap up this spread. So I know that this was a really quick and easy process video, but I thought I would go ahead and get this video out instead of hanging on to it and trying to add more to it. But I'm so loving doing the Hobonichi, adding them in just whenever I feel like it, with just having this grid or graph paper notebook has been the way to go for me. And I think I'm going to really love this throughout the year. So I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a like and please also consider subscribing. And of course, friends, I will be back at you super soon with another one. So have a great day and I'll talk to you later. Bye, y'all.